everyone, welcome back. Today I'm sharing the second sketchbook from my 2024 series. This one I like to call my art garden. As you can see, oh, there's Millie. Hi. So in this book is where things really started to open up creatively. I experimented with different materials like watercolor, colored pencil, ink, and just allowed myself to explore more freely without overthinking every page. You'll see a lot more variety in this one, like animals, little studies, some mixed media, and even some exercises where I was practicing things like form, color, and texture. Some pages are more finished, some are quick and loose, but like I usually say, it's all part of the process. This sketchbook really captures the in-between stage where I was just learning, testing, and growing. But let's go ahead and flip through and I'll show you what I was working on during this time. So as far as the materials used, I'll just link it in the description below. And these little stickers down here, these are all my own sketches from the last sketchbook tour. So I just wanted to turn them into stickers just to see what they would look like. Let's get into it. So this first image here is the introduction to my art garden. I recreated this little doll that my grandmother gave me when I was about 12 years old. It's probably one of 3 things that I've ever received from my grandmother, and then she passed away shortly thereafter. But this was one of them, and I just love this doll, and this is her. So I just wrote here that this is the place where creative ideas are planted and spontaneous art grows. And I started this April 3rd, 2024, and I finished this on July 19th, 2024. This is mainly all just a mix of watercolor ink and probably colored pencil. Now this was a follow-along doodle that I did with this YouTube artist called, I don't know if I'll say this name correctly, but Niani. I also follow her. She's great. I just loved this and it was really fun. So there's colored pencil, the white gel pen, watercolor, and that's my mom. From this page forward, you're going to see quite a bit of animal drawings. So I've always loved drawing animals, and honestly, it goes back to a tradition that I've had with my mom since I was really little. We've gone to the zoo together pretty much every year for most of my life. And I'm now a little bit older, and so is she, but we still make it a goal every year to visit once. And I just, in this book, I started just kind of learning a little bit more about different animals. So I just wrote different fun facts about them in here. This is probably my favorite from all the panda drawings. And the hummingbird, one of my favorite birds. Sorry, this is upside down. So this is ink and watercolor mostly. And just a good variety of different animals here. And I think these are probably my favorite drawings from the whole book as far as animals go. So I sketched the giraffe in pencil first, and then I went in with watercolor, and I didn't erase the pencil on purpose. I just kind of liked the way it looked. So I don't know if you can see that, but
initiating manual zoom.
And then the koala is just watercolor, no pencil in this, no ink. Well, there might be a little bit of ink right in the eye and at the nose area. And then some landscape art. This one has ink, this one doesn't. Just experimenting to see what I like between the two. And I still haven't decided what I like best. I guess it depends on the image and how it kind of feels. Here I was experimenting with water-based inks and pens, and this is just watercolor only. So these are the same images, just with different mediums. And I like the watercolor better than the water-based inks. In this one, the perspective is completely off, but it was really more about the couple. And then I just started trying to practice drawing cars more. So you'll see that a few more times in this book. And that was actually kind of fun. I also like the color scheme. This was probably the most challenging one to draw because there's just so many little details. Getting the car correct and the couple inside of it. I think it could have been definitely better, but it looks okay. And in this one, I kept the watercolor really light because I really wanted the ink to shine. And I really like this. I think the more I draw and paint and practice and experiment with different mediums, I really like the way this looks. So here I started experimenting with a medium I hadn't tried before, and I started using Copic markers, Tombow markers. There's some colored pencil in here, just very little, and a little bit of white Jelly Roll pen. This is all just watercolor and ink. And this is a character from my very first sketchbook that I have been trying to improve upon. Not sure with what goal in mind, because I'm not going to turn her into a character in any kind of book. Well, at least at this point, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to make her better. I don't know. I'm not sure why I'm trying to improve on her. I've drawn her multiple times in this book. So this is in watercolor. So this is one version, and this looks like it could be a relative of hers, but not quite the one I liked. Then I have this one here that I attached, and this one, I feel like the face came out a little too big and the body looks small. Or maybe it's just the hair. I don't know. Something is off in the top area there. And then the final sketch in this book of her is this one, which I like the best so far. It might change again one day, but so far I think this is the best one, and I'll include a picture of the original somewhere in here. Here I pretty much messed up on the fingers. But I like the way the face came out. So this is watercolor and ink. This was at the mall. I drew it on site. I didn't have my watercolors with me. I just had an ink pen. And then here, this was a live draw timed challenge hosted by Deb Turcio and Melissa Martin. I think coloring it was part of the timing. I don't really remember, to be quite honest. It's been a couple of years almost, but this was pretty fun. It was a good challenge. This didn't turn out too great. And there's Millie. This one looks, her head looks so off. It looks like she bumped her head against the table and had a big knot happening there. But this one came out more true to her. And again, just practicing skin tone. So here I've got alcohol marker, watercolor, some colored pencil, just in the mix of all this. So this one I just wrote a note saying I started with watercolor, and then to even the skin tone out, I went in with an alcohol marker. I think of the three, I like this one the best. And this one you probably also saw in my previous sketchbook tour. Here, this one is ink and watercolor. This is just watercolor alone. So I was just trying to see what I liked best. And in this one, I really like this one better. I mean, this one didn't come out terrible, but and we end it with this ferocious tiger here. It ain't perfect, but I'm proud of myself for attempting to draw it. All right, and guess what time it is? It's time for Millie's Corner. Millie, it's your turn. Come here. So again, let's see, what's your favorite drawing in here? Ready, set, go! And of course you would pick yourself again. What did I expect? You only like it when I draw you, huh? I had a feeling this was going to be her favorite again. All right, well, that was my 2024 sketchbook, part 2, my little art garden. And I still have one more sketchbook from 2024 to share, and I hope to see you there. Millie says goodbye. And we want to thank you so much for spending time with us today. Keep creating, even if it's just a little bit at a time. Believe in yourself and don't give up on your dreams. You've got this. See you in the next one. Bye. Color pencil squat. But here I have a color pencil.